All right, guys. This is just going to be a very brief live video, and it's a little bit clickbaity because it's not actually a surprise. Because I've already unboxed this, and I actually recorded a few videos, but it was like getting on to the point of being like 10 minutes long, and I'm like, I can't be bothered doing it through the camera and then uploading it. So I might as well, if I'm going to be talking for 10 minutes or even more. I might as well do it live so I don't have to worry about transferring over videos to my computer and then posting them on YouTube. So, yeah, let me just pause the feed, so I can check on my comments. There's got to be a better way, YouTube can fix this problem with, having to go into your actual video itself, which sometimes can be a pain in the arse to find. And then, you have to pause it, mute it, move the screen to the side. I mean, if you're on a Windows laptop, I suppose you could do that split screen stuff. But yeah, it's just a bit of a pain in the arse. And yeah, that's it really. A couple more musings about YouTube actually before I get into it. Might as well make the most of doing a live video. I've been really thinking actually about this, and there are still people bitching and moaning within the beer community. Thank you, Paul. I know I'm very sexy. As are you, my friend. As are you. Triple sexy, Jesus Christ. So, yeah, there are still people harping on about how YouTube is like shitting on the small people. And when you really think about it, I mean, I've had problems with YouTube for years. The system, I hate all the automated algorithm bullshit. Just invest money in people with who can think, even though it'll just probably turn to like a fucking leftist echo chamber. But just hire people to fix and to actually function your website instead of creating a code and like AI and algorithms that just do not know how to function like a human. I could go into lengths about this shit that YouTube's done over the years. The biggest thing they ever did, the worst thing they ever did, but again, they had good reason to do so, was taking away video responses. And then update after update, and instead of like actually putting someone on camera or getting a team of people to communicate with creators, they just put up shitty blog posts because nobody actually wants to read a blog post. Let's be honest. If you're a video platform, why not do all of your like public relations stuff via video? Use your platform, not just to take people away from the main website to a blog, because it's a video platform. So make videos on it or get in touch with content creators, pay people to do it. Just use the website and not just a really badly written like press release and stuff. But yeah, the thing that gets me the most is, and the thing that no one is really talking about with this is, you can thank the likes of the Wall Street Journal for what YouTube is having to do, because if it wasn't for them and media outlets like the Wall Street Journal, we wouldn't be in this mess in the first place, because it was those guys and absolutely terrible journalism that caused the big advertising agencies to pull out from giving money to YouTube to then give to its creators. Because all this, PewDiePie's a racist, he's a Nazi. The YouTube's riddled with like white supremacist and extra right wing extremist groups and that sort of stuff. That stuff like that's going to exist anyway. No matter what, we're not going to cleanse the earth of scum or evil. It's just not going to happen. But like, I can totally understand when big agencies like Pepsi, Coca-Cola, Starbucks, you name it, big conglomerate, pulls out of advertising on YouTube when they're getting people in the media industry telling them that they are like they're like not only profiting from extremist views, but also funneling money into extremist views. Of course, the fucking big company's going to pull out because they don't want to be attached to that. And what do YouTube have? What can YouTube do? Really, when you look at like 90% of like the ads that come on videos now, it's for shitty mobile games with stupid people reacting to them. It's all this fucking cryptocurrency, snake oil salesman type stuff. These like get rich quick schemes, and go over to my website and watch my live like review, and you can get involved in how to make like $10 million in 2 hours. You know, that's what's happened now. We're getting these really horrible, like seedy adverts on videos now because nobody wants to touch YouTube with a fucking barge pole because of the outrage that's been caused to sell newspapers. And the Wall Street Journal is one of the biggest causes of this. So, not to give YouTube a free pass, because it's not a well-run website, and they only do really seem to care about the people who bring in the big money, let's be honest. But what other options do they have? And you know what? I'm all for people who make shitty, stupid content to leave. Because why are you doing it? If you know, we had all these like shitty prank channels. Just there's just so much shit on YouTube. And do you know what? These changes, it's gonna get that shit off the website. It's gonna make people actually put more effort and actually work hard on their videos. Because there are people out there who deserve to make money from YouTube because they create really good content. But when people in the beer community are complaining about, well, I'm not going to be monetized now, it's like, motherfucker, you are not getting any money in the first place. And if that's what's driving you to do this, then just fuck off. Just fucking leave. Because nobody wants you around. Nobody wants to see you crying like a little bitch on Google Hangouts and tell people, oh, we've got to come together, we've got to start promoting each other's videos. Do that anyway. Don't do it just so you can reach this stupid threshold, which, let's be honest, they're probably going to reverse it anyway because there's so much childish outcry. But yeah, so I'm not, just like with Trump, I'm not siding with Trump, even though it always seems like that on my Facebook feed. I'm just playing devil's advocate, and yeah, just use this. But yeah, I've got a nice few comments from Paul. So ever since he found out that they could make money off it, they've been piling shit on the little guys. Very true. Yeah, completely understand that. I loved responses. Me too. That was, you know, because YouTube was about vlogging and connecting. It wasn't about, oh, we're gonna prank some pregnant woman. Oh, you know, these fucking stupid bullshit inane videos. I mean, you look at the trend in videos on YouTube, and it's like trailers. It's promotional videos. It's paid content. And if it's not that, it's like some fucking entitled prick in Hollywood who vlogs showing off their stupid fake lifestyle, just catering to children. And well, that's the other argument you can make. If you're complaining about some of these YouTubers not being good role models to children, it's not their job to be role models to children. Celebrities should never become role models to children. Miley Cyrus should have never been a role model to children. So don't shit on Miley Cyrus because she's not being a role model to children. Do your job as a parent and be the role model to your child. Because if your kid does not look up to you, you're fucking up big style. Anyway, did not want to go into that direction. But yeah, Paul's talking about like freedom of speech and money market reports and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, is this you or is this your improperly worn beanie talking? I think it's funneling down into my brain, but I am legitimately starting to like this look, which I hate myself for it. But yeah, there's just no logic in people's arguments, and yeah, I could make even more hangouts and probably make more money from these hangouts before I don't have the ability to make money, which when that happens, I don't care, because what this video should be about is, to me, one of the biggest reasons why I carry on. No, not just because it's free beer. That's always a plus, but it's the fact that, you know, you're coming together. Like the comment section on the feed now, it's about communication, it's about sharing ideas, it's about just conversing. And yeah, I'm going to be meeting up with the likes of Paul from PA Brew News. I think Craig from Kent Beer Reviews is also in the chat, might be able to come down to Manchester. I know Harry from Blue Nose Beer Reviews is in Manchester, Stuart Pickard and Hopscene, Rob, I think they're coming down to Manchester. Dean, maybe, or we might be meeting up with Dean in Birmingham, and like Jake might be coming down. You know, that's what it's all about. It's not about that, you know, getting that 25 cents a month. But yeah, so Craig has joined the chat. So hi, mate. Hi, Craig. And we also have Beer by the Numbers. Hi there. Cheers. Hello to you too, my friend. Yeah, if Gene Simmons dictates your child's actions, you failed as a parent. Exactly. Yay. And Manchester is up for Craig. Don't know what that means, but Paul's been doing a couple of really interesting live reviews, especially that raspberry ice box. Fuck me, that sounded good. But anyway, apologies for that like sort of rant there about crybabies on YouTube, because we all know them. Let's be honest. But yeah, so today I got a surprise package, and yeah, be over to my grandma's house, doing some like fixing like kitchen sinks and stuff and that sort of thing, just doing odd jobs really. And when we came back, you could tell it was a courier. You could just tell when these people are couriers at the door. And we like gave her like thumbs up to say, oh, we're just, when we get out of the car, we'll get it sorted. She gives a thumbs up, walks off around the corner. So we're thinking, oh, she's probably getting the package from the car. No, we just see her car drive off. So we're like, that's a bit weird. So of course she must have she did. She put a slip in the letterbox, and I was thinking, shit, do I have to go to a neighbour's house to pick this up? Who the fuck likes having to go to a neighbour's house for a package? I hate having to accept. Well, you'd never have to accept a package for someone, but because I'm too kind and too much of a nice person, albeit very miserable and pessimistic. You know, I hate that. I hate people coming and say, "Oh, do you have our package?" and giving it to them. And I hate having to go to someone else's house to get a package for me. It happened a hell of a lot in Germany, and trust me, we had some proper strange neighbours in that apartment complex. But yeah, thankfully, she just put the package in the bin cupboard. So I was like, happy days. No more social interactions for me today. And I did open it already. It's not a surprise. I've already looked inside it, already recorded videos, which I didn't upload because I thought, fuck it, as I said at the start of the video. And when I was doing these videos, it was still a surprise to me who had sent them. But of course, as you can tell, these beers were sent to me by my good friend Dean from Dean's Beer Reviews, and of course, my colleague in the live reviews that we do. And we were talking about what we're going to do for review number 20. And he sort of threw it out there that he was going to send something, and we were going to have something special for the review. But yeah, it was still very much a surprise for me when this package arrived. And yeah, what a great way to start February. I mean, I woke up with leftover pizza, because let's face it, pizza the next day is so much better than when it was fresh. Don't reheat it though. Don't be one of those people. Have it nice and cold where it's all firm and like stodgy. Fantastic stuff. Then my notification for my McKellar beer mail for February came through, because I was initially thinking, take a month off from the McKellar stuff, because the channel's just getting flooded with it now. Not that anybody really cares or kicks up a stink, but when I saw that some of the beers that they were included in the package, and the fact that on the 11th it's going to be my birthday, I thought, fuck it, you're getting it at half price. Just make the most of it while you still can, even though people are still, for some reason, clicking those referral links, which are down below. And yeah, so I thought, fuck it. It's beers for your birthday, even though they will probably be drank before my birthday even comes around. So yeah, February's got off to a good start, and I came home with extra beers. So it's happy, happy, happy in the Clueless Drinker headquarters. Not a thing. So before I get into the beers, just a few more questions. Yeah, it's about exploring, experiencing, and meeting people who love it. Exactly. And I think you pretty much shared that same sentiment at the end of your iSpot review. Craig said, don't have problems with Wi-Fi, ever. Don't plan to, even though last night my Wi-Fi was being a bitch. I was trying to watch, because I couldn't sleep because I had stomach cramps from the pizza. I don't know why I get takeout pizza, because it always gives me stomach cramps, but I fight through it because I know the next day I'm going to have a much more satisfying experience with the leftovers. So I was like up till like God knows, like 4 o'clock, couldn't sleep. So I thought I'd watch the beer analysis 101 and the post analysis, but would my internet load up? No. So I was like, fuck. And yeah, so I never want to have problems with Wi-Fi, because even though it's terrible that we've become so dependent on the internet and little devices and computers and stuff, as soon as you take that away, it's like a living hell most of the time. But MGD represent a genuinely good lager, believe me or not. Say what you say, say what you think. I thought that was a genuinely good one, and I would happily buy it again. And speaking of lagers, I had a little bit of a cheap Eastern European haul last night, because I was going to join the post-analysis chat, but with having to go to my grandma's house, I did not want to go there hungover. But yeah, so I'm going to be enjoying those over the next week or so. And Pierre Brunius says, haha. I mean, Beer by Numbers says to Pierre Brunius, haha. I'm not too sure that was in relation to. And he goes, I know what he got, but I'll never tell. And then Craig says, I'm not going to release that information because it's a bit of a, well, mind you, it's in public comments. So check out the unlisted video. And Paul finishes with, CBS was a shit show. Yeah, it was only a 9 out of 10 beer, according to Joe. But yeah, CBS, I wish I'd have picked up a bottle of that. Because I did really, really enjoy KBS that one time that I had it. And to hear that CBS just has so much more depth and flavour to it, yeah. I would say, because I will probably end up going to my local bottle shop at some point over the next few weeks, see if they've got it, which I don't think they'll have. And well, mind you, yeah, Paul is going to be bringing home a bottle. Yeah, we've taken it that far. Paul's coming home, but yeah, CBS will be on its way. And yeah, I've got a few beers that I will be bring to Manchester, aside from those other beers that we were talking about. So it's going to be a very sober week, is Manchester. But yeah, hopefully I can pick up a bottle of Yellow Belly, but because it's Omnipollo, I think that was like pretty much bottles all called for before you can even go to the bottle shop. But yeah, anyway, let's talk about the beers that were sent to me from the legend that is Dean from Dean's Beer Reviews, who's all his links are down below. But if you're subscribed to me, I'm pretty damn sure you're subscribed to Dean. Just a great guy, does great beer reviews. The fact that he can not only make short beer reviews, but pack so much information into those beer reviews, it's a skill that I've yet to learn. But again, something that Paul said in his iSpot review, if the beer calls for it, talk about it for like 10, 20 minutes if you've got something to say. And a couple of hashtags from Paul. Paul's hashtag Paul's coming home and hashtag Dean's Sex Shack. So on that note, let's have a look what he sent me. So he sent me 2 beers. And these will be part of a live review, number 20, which the link is down below if anybody wants to add it to the watch later playlist or set a reminder. And yeah, the first beer he sent to me was part of the Rainbow Project of 2017. And it's a collaboration between Siren Craft Brewery and Sante Adarius Rustic Ales from California, I think. I'm not too sure. And yeah, this is the Santo del Frio, which is a dry hopped American lager. And the thing that interests me about this is the fact that in the ingredients, it's got blue corn tortilla chips and blue agave sugar. So interesting ingredients for a lager. And, you know, lager probably my favorite style of beer, not going to lie, because you can get lagers, you can get pilsners, you can get IPLs, you can get hoppy lagers, you can get, even though hoppy lagers are pretty much IPLs, just minus the strength. Box, doppelbox, icebox. You could do so much with the style, and people shit on it for whatever reason because they just always associate it with like the big boys like Budweiser and Carling. But yeah, you can get so much flavor. So I'm very, very intrigued to see how this turns out. And then the daddy of the beer mail, and one that I'm so fucking looking forward to drinking, is Evil Twins Even More Jesus, which is, of course, the Imperial Stout, clocking in at a measly 12% ABV. And this is one of those beers which I know since they've released it, they've done so many like different editions, like Even More Cocoa Jesus and Coffee I don't know. There's just so much. I think this is one of those beers that still stands up to a lot of the newer sort of like adjunct stouts that are popular now. And it's one of those beers that I've seen this so many times in bottle shops, but I don't know, I've never pulled a trigger on it. And yeah, so Dean sent over a can of this in a pint can. I always appreciate it when they put more beer in the bottle or the can, because 330s are good, don't get me wrong, but when you get much more beer in it, you know, I'm all for it. And you know, craft breweries do it a bit more, but don't command stupid prices for them. But yeah, Even More Jesus from Evil Twin Brewing. So excited to drink this one. Very much looking forward to it. So yeah, that's going to be quite an interesting double feature. See, I don't know which beer we'd be best off starting with, because there might be some flavors in this that might transfer over to the Evil Jesus, that might override. I don't know. I'm sure we'll work something out. But yeah, fantastic sounding beers. Siren, I'm a big fan of, and Evil Twin. This is going to be my first ever Evil Twin beer, which is crazy because, you know, they're one of the most well-regarded craft breweries out there. And yeah, so Dean, if you end up watching this, I'm very fucking humbled by this. Dean sent me some absolutely fantastic beers since I've been doing this, and even though he doesn't do it for it, I do owe you one, my friend. In fact, I owe quite a few people beers, to be honest. But hopefully this year's the year that I can get myself on my feet and share the love. And yeah, so that was it, really. I think I spent less time actually talking about the beers and more time ranting like a bitch about the state of affairs on YouTube. So I will quickly read the comments and then probably call this a day, because you can't really see it, but my bedroom is an absolute shithole now, and I need to get that sorted. So Craig says, Yellow Belly is in my town and no one will pay £10 a bottle for it. I don't know. I think I would pay that for it, just because it's a beer that I've wanted to try for, yeah, ever since I first found out about it. So yeah, £10, not too bad. Yeah, nice little special beer. And Beer Brew News says to him, I'll give it a whirl. And then Craig replies, "It's only £2 overpriced." Yeah, at the end of the day, £2. Just buy something different on top of it. Do you know what I mean? If you're going to be spending like a certain amount on beer, and there's a beer that might be a little bit overpriced, just buy like a few different beers to get it up to the price you're going to pay. Yeah, I don't know. But then again, you can get into the whole pricing thing about craft beer. Even more impaled Jesus Zombie Weasel. Is that a collaboration between McKellar and Evil Twin? That's a lovely beer, says Craig in response to Even More Jesus. Want to try Even More Cocoa Jesus? Yeah, that's the one that I want to try as well. But I'm just very excited to see how sludgy and gloopy that is. Then Paul says lighter to darker for sure, Peter. Yeah, I think that is the way. That's the appetizer, and then the Even More Jesus is the main course. Hopefully it's not my last supper. Fucking hell, ruin that joke. And yeah, cheers, brother. Love you, says Paul. Right back at you, my friend. Even though my jokes are not on point right now. And Craig says he's got 2 from 2016 Yellow Belly. Oh, how I envy you, my friend. It's just a beer that I've wanted to try for an insane amount of time, and every time it comes around, I either can't get to it or I just miss it. So yeah, that's it really. What else do I have to say? Big thank you once again to Dean for sending these beers to me, and yeah, don't forget to set yourself a reminder for our live review that we're going to be doing on the 9th of February at 7:30. Although you should never trust me when I say we're going to be doing a beer at a specific time, because it just never happens. And yeah, what else have I got to talk about? Oh yeah, going to be doing a live show on the 11th on my birthday, doing sort of like a Q&A thing, which if anybody's interested, you can join the chat as well, and we can all answer questions. So if anybody watching this after I've finished streaming has any questions they want me to answer, it doesn't matter if it's about beer, doesn't matter how personal it is, or how vulgar, or how disturbing, or how incriminating it is, then feel free to do so. But I'll put the link down below to the initial announcement video for the Q&A if you want to put your comments there as well, or just comment anywhere. If you've got any questions, doesn't matter if it's on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, I will answer them on that chat. And hopefully have a few people join me. Nice beers, because I'm sure I'll be opening a few special beers on that day. And yeah, that's it really. Got nothing else to say. Just look out for what's happening on the channel in the next week or so. The next live video I'll be doing is, of course, the unboxing of the McKellar Beer Mail for February. So that will probably be on Monday at the earliest. And I've, of course, got beer reviews every day as well, even though I need to upload more because I'm catching up to where I stopped uploading. And yeah, that's it really. Any general thoughts, opinions, always welcome. Big thank you once again to everyone who's commented. Paul from PA Brew News, Craig from Kent Beer Reviews, and of course, Beer by the Numbers. If I remember to do so, I'll put their links in the description so you can go give them a sub. But of course, go check out Dean first and foremost. Massive thank you, my friend. Massive thank you to everyone who puts up with me on YouTube. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you all next time. Cheers.